1-2 घन्टा
Welcome families, friends, guests, and of course, graduates.
Kareem.
भिडियो खिचेर के कस्तो 1-2 घन्टा
त्यसले फेरि आधी लगेर साँच्चै दिएको थियो अनि आधा हेरेर चाँडो हुन्छ दुईटा पनि छ चाँडो
जाउँछ नि हुन्छ त के गर्नु
के
नाम कहाँ रहेछ सानो छ
साउनमा त खै हो परबाट के
खाताको सलाम चाहिँ धेरै होला खाताको सलाम चाहिँ आयो होला यो साउन्ड कहाँ त
Good afternoon. Please stand and join in welcoming our chorus led by Ms. Kosiba and Mr. Genova, and our 7th grade band led by Mr. Diefenbach as they sing and play our national anthem.
नेसनल एन्थम छोरा खुल्दा
Family and friends, to IS 230's 2018 graduation. My name is Ms. Vitovich, and I will be your leading you through the commencement exercises today. I would like to thank you for joining us on this wonderful occasion as we celebrate the hard work of our 8th graders. Now I would like to invite Principal Ronald Viranen to say a few words to the graduates.
We forgot about them. We would leave them standing the whole time. Welcome families, friends, guests, and of course, graduates. But do not forget, you have not graduated until the end. So, I welcome each and every one here today to this very memorable and happy, joyous afternoon. So I thank you. A few days ago, I was asking myself, what should I talk about? I know I don't want to talk too long, but I wanted to talk smart, and I wanted to talk meaningful on a topic that is both important to me and our staff, but most importantly to the kids, to your children. And the issue was decided when one morning I came into school and there was a button on my desk. Some staff member never told me who they were. I have my ideas, but it was a button about Mr. Rogers. Fred Rogers, who's recently in the news. I know families and parents remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood growing up. I watched it every day as a child, and I know there's a movie coming out, a biography about Fred Rogers, and I strongly, strongly suggest that each and every one of our graduates watch that movie. Fred Rogers was a very special person. He fought for public television in its infancy and created a show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, that was filled with care and softness and being proud and loving yourself. I hope you know who I'm talking about. So, I'm not going to speak anymore. I'm going to quote Fred Rogers. I have a few quotes that I think are just as important today as they were 30, 40 years ago when he started. One, we live in a world in which we need to share responsibility. It's easy to say, it's not my child, not my community, not my world, not my problem. But then there are those that see the need and they respond. I consider those people my heroes. 2, you know, I think everybody longs to be loved and longs to know that he or she is lovable. And consequently, the greatest thing that we can do is to help somebody know that they're loved and capable of loving. Fred Rogers. 3, there is no normal life that is free of pain. It's the very wrestling with our problems that can help us grow. Fred Rogers. Love isn't a state of perfect caring. Love is an active noun, like a struggle. To love someone is to strive to accept that person exactly the way he or she is, right here and right now. Fred Rogers. Forgiveness is a strange thing. It can sometimes be easier to forgive our enemies than our friends and those we love. Like all of life's important coping skills, the ability to forgive and the capacity to let go of resentments most likely take root in our early lives. Fred Rogers. 2 more. The real issue in life is not how many blessings we have, but what we do with our blessings. Some people have many blessings and don't share them. Some have few and give everything away. Fred Rogers. The last one is short. Discovering the truth about ourselves is a lifetime's work, but it's worth the effort. Fred Rogers.
And on behalf of New York State Senator Jose Peralta, I would like to present a certificate of recognition to the 2018 salutatorian of IS 230, Jessica Hirsch. Congratulations, everyone. Enjoy your summer.
Solano. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Ussolini to the stage to present the Michael J. Ussolini Scholarship Award.
I love you guys too, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Zirin, parents, students, and staff. I'm here today to award $500 to a scholar athlete in the name of my late father, Michael J. Ussolini. He was a big athletic supporter through my whole life in sports. I am where I am today because of him. I'm also here because of the person who's also in charge of this scholarship fund, my mother over there. Mom. Like myself, she's shy, so she wanted to stay. A scholar athlete is someone who succeeds not only in phys ed and sports, but someone who is successful in all areas of their academic progress. Someone who has strong social characteristics, values, and are leaders amongst their peers. It was very difficult for the PE department and my family to come up with one student because there's so many deserving students that fit this criteria. Ultimately, I narrowed it down to 2 young ladies. Both of these young ladies have had 100 averages in phys ed for 3 years straight. Both young ladies have cumulative averages over 90 in all of their classes, and have never received a behavior grade under excellent. Both of these young ladies have been on my volleyball team for the past 2 years, leaders with the way they encourage and treat their peers, as well as the way they perform on the court. Neither of them have ever missed a practice. One of these ladies is actually the only girl who has ever been on the team since 6th grade, because she said, my sister is on the team and I walk home with her. So I let her be on the team. And it was worth every single part of that year because she's a great player and a great person. I try to look at school attendance to see who was absent from school more. Both girls received perfect attendance for this year and did not miss one day of school. So I said, Mom, what do we do? She said, there's only one thing to do. Both girls will get $500 award. So it gives me pride and pleasure to give the award this year of the Michael J. Ussolini to Sharab Lama and Diana Sotelo. Please come up on stage.
Good afternoon, parents, teachers, and fellow peers. Before I start, I'd like to say that it is an honor to be speaking in front of all of you here today. At last, here we are, graduation, the day most students look forward to since the beginning of the school year. But once it arrives, for most of us, a sense of sadness washes over. This day means moving on from middle school onto high school. Nonetheless, today we are here to celebrate our accomplishments and acknowledge the people we've met, the experiences we've had, and lessons learned in the past 3 years. I know the past 3 years have not exactly been a breeze. It meant many late nights working on assignments, projects, and studying for many exams. In spite of all those difficulties, here we are today. Moving on, While writing the speech, I was wondering what I could say that would sum up my whole middle school experience most concisely. And that was when I had stumbled upon this quote by one of the world's most inspiring writers, J.K. Rowling. And I quote, it is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. Now, what had stuck out to me greatly in this quote was that it highlights the importance of failure. For many of us here in the audience, we were probably taught that failure is unacceptable, but it is crucial to the learning process. I mean, sure, everyone in the audience has their fair share of downfalls in life, but it is those downfalls that have motivated each and every single one of us to keep pushing and trying to pass that hurdle. When I think back to the beginning of my 6th grade year, I remember failing my first math and science test. I was feeling a range of emotions, frustration, sadness, anger towards myself, but by the next time I had another test, I brought myself together to study harder, and once I got the results, I felt much better about myself.
Salutatorian. Jessica, please come here. On behalf of our PTA, a gift card, $250. Okay, we're going to shift now, and I thank you, Sai, for the memorable speech. As soon as the riser comes up, I would like to invite the 8th grade concert band performers to the stage. For a number of years at IS 230, both algebra, regents, and science living environment. Michelle Zhao, where are you? "85 questions, a high school regents, 100. Senior awards took place about a week ago. Graduates, please. Senior awards took place about a week ago, and unfortunately, 2 names were left off, and I wanted to make sure that we acknowledge these graduates now. So Juan Naranjo, please come up. Juan Naranjo, an award for citizenship. Where are you, Juan? Congratulations, Juan, and the final citizenship award as the band is getting ready for our salutatorian again, Jessica Hirsch. And in a moment, we present the IS 230 concert band, presenting at Twilight under the direction of Mr. Rob Diefenbach. Thanks again, Mr. Deepak. This is the 4th year in a row that the next award, the next scholarship is being given. In 2013, we lost a young man, 16-year-old young man, to a hit-and-run accident on Broadway in Woodside. That young man was a graduate of IS 230 that many of us here knew and loved. Since that time, for the last 4 years, in his name, we've given a memorial scholarship. His name was Louis Bravo, and Louis was a young man of character, a nice young man. I remember him from the 6th grade in our after-school clubs and growing, and unfortunately his life was cut oh so short. His mother and his sister have come to graduations. They couldn't be here today, but we're going to carry on with this ceremony. I've asked the PTA to join me because they've also provided a gift. I want to call up a young lady who has probably no idea I'm going to say her name. A young lady who I got to know pretty well at the beginning of last year. And she was kind of my barometer. This young lady would come to me when she felt something wasn't right. Mr. Zierin, I have to tell you something, and I want you to know, because I don't think it's right. And I listened to her. And she was right. She was telling me when everything wasn't as it should be in the school, and we worked hard to fix it. That continued through this year. She and her friends would come to me when they felt there was something that needed to be fixed. So I thought that's really showing a true spirit of citizenship and service. So the 2018 Louis Bravo Memorial Scholarship is being awarded for a young lady's extraordinary contribution to the IS 230 learning community. And I'm calling up Monica Mendez-Velez. Come on. Come on, Monica. You can go either way, it's okay. She truly had no idea. Photo in here for her because obviously she never knew Louis, and his sister Sarah, who many of us also know. On this day, miles to go before I sleep. Monica, congratulations. And in my hand is a contribution to the PTA, a scholarship of $500. And I have to thank our wonderful, wonderful PTA. Where would you have been without those bake sales? And our 2 co-presidents, I cannot thank enough. I cannot thank them enough. Gabriella, Tara, you have been so important to our school the last, how many years? 2 or 3 years. And I want to thank both of you. And I didn't even realize that Shirley here next to me, her child graduated last year. And I guess I forgot because I kept seeing her over and over and over working with Jesse and Gabriella and Tara day after day. She came back the entire year after her child graduated. So special thank you and shout out to you. Tara's going to speak in front of 2,000 people now.
Thank you, Mr. Zierin. Good afternoon, parents, all the graduates. This year I have a little emotional because some of yes, last 9 years I'm working with you guys. You start with the so small. Now you guys graduating, and I'm so proud of myself. All the kids, you guys graduating this year, and do your best. This is not end. I always say. Some of parents will say, "Oh, Tara, how come you have a lot of energy?" And I say, wow, when you guys smile and make me proud and more, make me energy to help you guys and work with you. And all the, thank you for Mr. Zerin, always helped me a lot. And thank you for, and I especially thank you for Shali, who makes me really, really help and stand for me all the time. Thank you, Shali.
हाइट हुँदा जस्तो राखेको हाइट हुँदा सानो त्यो गरेर छेउमा पऱ्यो
Distinguished graduates to the stage. Romani Chaudhry. Hers. Jasmine Romero.
तल बोलाको नाम हो सबै सबै त
Liza Ramirez. From class 807, Adiba Actor. Samaya Khan.
अनि पुरा छोरी नाम छोरी नाम कहिले बताऊ
Kayla Mazzano Rivera. From class 808, Abigail Atamarano. Arslan Bab. Gabriela Bazan. Christine Espelita. Albi Khan. Jeffrey Khan. Aisha Siddiqui. Michelle Zhao. Suman Ahassan. Safwan Sebastian Campos Cruz. Darby Cardenas.
समझता नहीं है ना
Erin Jong. Joey Wong. Raheem Jawad. Lirianne Marasagan. Alexia Perez. Maheen Sharir. Sanlamu Sherpa. Kaya Shadika. Valentina Soto. Ahanat Tajwar. Rifa Tajnia. Sosoma Halter. From class 814, Esther Gonzalez. From class 816, Carlos Quiles. From class 821, Nishat Kamal. Jalen Perez. Miguel Rodriguez de la Rosa. And finally, Hardev Sandhu or Harris. Congratulations, distinguished graduates.
बेस्ट टेन्सन हो नि बेस्ट टेन्सन क्या बेस्ट टेन्सन 90 हो
Please welcome Ms. Corrales as she introduces Class 801.